everyone. Welcome to another Poor Choices, that time of the month. I'm X-Ray Girl. This is Tux. And we have a lovely special guest named Rebecca Barrett. Welcome.
Your mic is muted, ma'am.
I know. I was like, I haven't done a live in so long, and I'm like,
I know. It's been a
what
while.
do I do?
Welcome, Rebecca. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. That intro,
yeah,
so good.
Are you a wine fan?
Ivan for making that for us. One of the members of Geeks and Gamers, Ivan, made that for us, and it's my favorite. I love it.
That's
much.
so good.
So
good.
Love
it. I absolutely love it.
All right. So you have a YouTube channel with a lot of subs, and you have very different types of videos through the progression of like the years that I've seen. So if you want, can you give us a little kind of synopsis on, I guess, where your channel was to where it is now and what kind of content you do?
Yeah. A little background for the chat.
Yeah.
So my name is Rebecca Barrett. I am a wife, a mom, and a content creator on YouTube and a bunch of other places, but primarily YouTube. And the focus of my channel was primarily to help, well, it is still to help women, especially ones that are trying to transition away from like the feminist mindset into more of like a traditional mindset. But my channel has kind of taken a turn. So low key, it got a little toxic, probably mid journey. And unfortunately, that's when I saw a lot of growth as well. The internet loves toxicity. And then I did a lot of reaction videos just to like dating podcasts and relationship podcasts. And then I do a lot of talking head content around different topics like productivity for if you're a stay-at-home mom, or like budgeting tips and stuff like that. But the ones that get the most amount of views are when like basically I'm roasting modern women. So I now am in the so my channel is now in like a revamp where I want to help stay-at-home moms make money from home and actually like teach them how they can create like passive income from home, but also like still talk to moms and women out there who just like want to be better versions of themselves. And I want that for myself too. So every day I'm trying to be a better person, and I realized how toxic a lot of these like red pill manosphere, and for some reason I got dumped into that category.
By the internet or
by the internet?
Okay.
Yeah, because your videos at first, and just to give a little background, and you can expand on this obviously too if you'd like. Just to give background on you as a person, you started out as you went from feminist, as I like to say, feminist to feminine, but that's not really all that catchy, but that kind of thing. You were New York boss babe, whatever, and then you have flipped your own life around, and then now you're married and you're helping other women do that as well. And so that around that time when everything was kind of blowing, your channel was definitely blowing up. It was that red pill manosphere movement. And listen, we get the toxicity, we talk about it all the time here. All the time. I'm like, this started out as such a good idea and it has gotten so bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to expand on any of that, but.
No, absolutely. Like the idea has always been, like my core has always been to help women. And unfortunately, as we all know from the internet, what gets the juice, right, or the tea, they love hot tea. So it's like hearing about how some girl did this or how some lady divorced her husband and shame on her and all this other stuff. So like it got to a point where I was just making reaction videos based off of what my audience wanted and not necessarily helping in that, like being in that mindset of like, I want to help these women. Like, yes, let's use this as an example, but let's work this towards good. And I feel like I've kind of kept that essence throughout my channel. However, it just like the commenters and like the subscribers, and it's just like the way that the internet works with any niche that you're in. The more, like if you're Mr. Beast, you have to do even bigger stunts. If you're, if you're a food channel, you have to eat more food or do more extreme thing with food. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or if you're fresh and fit, you have to like cancel girls left and right and kick people out of, so it's just the way that the internet works. And unfortunately, when you get caught up in that toxicity, it just like it made me feel not good. I never came here to bash women. My heart has always been to help women and to empower women in in the stage of transitioning from, yes, boss babe, feminist, whatever, to like, hey, like you can still be an empowered woman without like wanting all men to, disappear or like,
Yep.
you know what I mean? So like you
Yeah.
can still be empowered. It's just like not that, it's either, the toxicity of feminism or the toxicity of like this red pill stuff. So that's kind of where things took a turn. And now I'm in the phase of life where like my husband started his own business, and my head and my like mind has been so focused on helping him grow the business, like, and helping like with marketing and all this other stuff. And so that's how my brain works. I'm like, okay, well, let me teach other women this skill or these types of skills so that they can learn, like, hey, even if your husband doesn't have a business or you don't work from home, these are ways that you can start making money from home to help you guys financially. Because let's be real, this economy is not the best. And
Mhm.
if I can help women, figure out their financial lives and stuff like that, I think I'm doing a good service. So
I love that. I love that too, because one of my biggest complaints, and I don't want to make this all about this movement, but one of my biggest complaints about this movement, and we've talked about this before, is there's never any solutions.
yes,
It's always
exactly.
anger, anger, anger. You're a terrible person. You suck.
It's all
You're
women's
this,
fault.
blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. And there's never any ways to fix it. Well, it can't be fixed because it's too late. Okay.
Yeah.
So then why am I here? You know what I mean? Well, we want to help the
Yeah.
men. Well, all you're doing is helping the men
Feel
hate the
angry.
women. Like, I don't understand. There's never any solutions, at least from what I've seen. Whereas your channel, at least for us ladies, you'll, even when your reaction videos to like the whatever podcast or whatever, you would sit there and you would pause it and you would be like, okay, so maybe in this situation I would, or she should, or maybe take a step back and think of it this way, or whatever you would say. And that it kind of flips the mindset a little bit too for girls. Instead of us being like, "Rawr," we kind of take a step back and go, okay, well, let me put in his position how he would feel, and that. So you actually have solutions, and I love that, because it's like, what do we do?
I've always been a solutions oriented person. And like when I would, the most frustrating part to me about even being on a lot of those panels and stuff like that is that it's all like, ha ha, you suck. Like women are the problem, like all this other stuff. And then I'm just like, but guys, like, let's come up with some tangible solutions so that like the whole point of a lot of men consuming red pill content is to get better with women so that they can eventually get with women, right?
Yeah.
Not hate women. And I'm like, that's more of like black pill mentality. So I think a lot of this like red pill stuff kind of like went really, really far left, really black pill. And I'm just sitting here like, if you want a relationship, both sides have to do something. Like you both have to come to the table and be like, I'm ready to have a conversation, or I'm ready to like address these things in my own lives. And the reason that I speak primarily to women is because I've been there myself. Like I was super angry, I was super depressed, I was like really anxious, and a lot of those things went away once I started working on myself. And you know, starting to take accountability, but that doesn't mean that like there's no hope for women. And I think that's where the red pill and that side of things kind of gets it wrong. You know, we need solutions for both men and women. And it is for women to take accountability, but it's also for men to take accountability too. Like, hey, we play a part in this as well. So
Yep.
let's get the ball rolling and see how we can get these things fixed.
Yeah. I
That
always,
everyone can be together.
absolutely. I remember, just because I only found about red pill content in January of this year, and
You're
I
welcome.
remember
You're
Sorry.
lucky for you, you didn't go into
Yeah.
to the
But
church.
at first, I'm listening to the first couple of weeks. I'm like, oh yeah, a lot of the stuff does make sense, and then it's the same thing reiterated, and a lot of these panels, as we know, it's not good faith conversations, and I think that a lot of people just want to dunk and roast a lot of the
Oh
people
yeah.
that go on, and I that didn't sit comfortably with me, kind of like yourself, and that's why like this channel has grown and changed to a lot of different conversations, and now we're trying to do more positive stuff, like to just interact and get other people's perspective, because I mean, you've went from both sides. Well, if you want to even
Yeah.
count that you were kind of red pill, well,
Yeah.
the
No,
internet titled you that.
yeah. And it's great. You know what's even crazier is like you don't like I didn't wake up one day and like I'm a red pill content creator. Like I am the queen of the red pill. No, I never even I was like I'm not even red pill adjacent. I'm just trying to say like hey, women should be taking accountability for some of the things that we're doing and we shouldn't skate by in life. However, I'm also not going to be like women are the problem of society, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So that's the difference between what I've been talking about or what my channel was focusing on. But like as you guys probably seen with like Just Pearly Things and some other content creators, like it's really easy to like listen to your audience because your audience and the chat, sorry, but like sometimes the chat can be like we want this or like talk about this, yada yada yada, and then you start going down those things and it can get a little dark. So
Oh yeah.
I pulled
yes.
myself out of it, and that's also why I've taken a huge step back from YouTube to kind of think about really what I want to do and what my message is to the internet, because I do have, quite a few followers, and I've always wanted to remain positive. So, that's really why I've kind of removed myself from the conversation. I don't want any part of anyone's thing. I stopped going on panels. That's why Tugs was like trying to get me on a couple months ago, and I told her, I was like, to be completely honest, I'm not doing any interviews right now. I'm not doing any collaborations because of everything that had transpired up into that point. And I was like, you know what? I just need a break. And
Fair.
I'm very happy that I did. I'm very happy to be.
It's understandable.
I'm very happy to be here because you guys are my first intro back to
Thank you. Thank
the
you.
world.
Aw, thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
choosing us. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
been on all, you guys. I don't think you made it on whatever podcast, but she was on Fresh and Fit and like what's the
No.
other one? Abe and Preach and like all those. I think you were on. You've been on quite a few.
I've been on
seen it all.
Saucecast.
Saucecast.
Yeah. But no, I've never been on whatever. And to be honest, like once you start doing those rounds, it's like it is genuinely frustrating as someone who's sitting there on the panel and be like, this is 2 hours of my life that I have to like basically just erase from my brain.
Yeah.
Well, and it always feels like there's a lot of contention in the pot or in those panels. And I mean, I personally would never go on Fresh and Fit because of the way some of the they speak to their panelists sometimes, and vice versa. It's not just on them, but the Whatever podcast, it they're more in the middle, and I kind of like the middle ground more so versus like a very far either or. And that way you can have a conversation and a debate over these topics, because I feel like you have to agree or it's not, you're out.
Exactly. Like that's really the thing. It's like, and if you don't, because there's also times where I'm like, I want to challenge, right? Like, and this is okay, hold on.
Uh-oh. That dog's like, listen,
Yep.
the doorbell. Did you hear the doorbell? Because the doorbell.
Yeah. I guess in the meantime, Ian Soforth has gifted 20 Poor Choices memberships. That is a hundy. Thank you so much, Ian. That is so kind of you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Ian.
Thank you, Ian. That happens to me all the time with my dogs, so it's all good.
He gets so. My husband left, and he was like, "Wait, I want to go with him too." So, and my husband was like, "I try to take him with me, but he just wants to stay with you until the
door's closed."
Yeah,
I'm making a choice now.
Yeah, he's like, now I'm gonna decide, and I'm sure he's probably gonna go scratch at the door because this is what he does. We just actually got him not too long ago, so so like he's my little shelter dog, so he's like attached to me, and so I love him. I love that part.
He's very
attached.
I love rescues. I have cats, and they're all rescues, and all the dogs we've had growing up are all rescues. They're the best. Shelter dogs are the best.
I'm like Shelties. I know like Sheltie is like not a brand, a
breed.
A breed of dog. So I'm like, I don't want to call them like Sheltie dogs, like, but he's like a Sheltie.
He's a Sheltie.
Oh my gosh.
So cute.
So sorry.
I guess it's all good. It's all good. Do you know the exact kind of moment or what transpired you to kind of realize how toxic like the manosphere was for you? Or
she's like, I've got the tea. Do I spill the tea?
Well, that's the thing. Is like it's so weird because it's like and I want to keep it like 100, right? Because like, and I don't even know. This is like the first time like verbalizing this, so this could go either well or poorly. So, but this is poor choices.
Yes.
So I would say a couple months ago when there was a lot of podcasts that came out where I was just like, I know these people, and like I know that this is like incongruent to like what they actually believe, and I was just sitting there, I'm like flabbergasted that someone would take a position like that, and I know them, and I was just like, and I'm not gonna
you don't have to say names.
You don't have to name names.
No. You don't have to name.
So,
we don't do that.
So, but there was like a few in particular that I was just like, I know you know what I mean? And I don't like the position that you're taking. And I don't understand why you have to take it to extreme lengths. And I do understand because of the internet, right? Like that's what gets you clout. That's what gets you fame. That's what gets people talking and your name in people's mouths. However, I'm like, I know you. Like I've had dinner with you. You've met my daughter, you know what I mean? And so it made me feel like I had lost that connection to that side. I'm like, I don't agree with the stances that you guys are taking. Like, why are you saying this stuff? And then it just kept getting more extreme and more extreme. And then I was like, I'm going to start talking about this. So like I started talking about, there was like 4 videos that I had made like consecutively. And it was like it was Justin Waller on whatever podcast. Then I talked about Rolo on another podcast with the Fresh and Fit thing. And then I was like, and then I did a few other ones, and I was just sitting there. I'm like, guys, listen to how deranged this sounds. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, this is like, these women are wrong, but these men are also wrong too, and they're giving you the wrong information, and you guys are like sitting there like just watching the chat unfold, just going at it like, oh, she's such a dumb this, and oh, Rolo this and that, and I'm just like, this is so not like, this is so wrong. And then my comment section, like my own subscribers are like, you're a chameleon, you're this, that, and the third. I knew you would switch up on us. And I'm like, I'm not switching up on anyone. I've told you from the actual beginning that I will hold both sides accountable, and that like I'll call a spade. Like, there's things that men do that are wrong. There's things that women do that are wrong. We're not perfect humans. So how can you expect us to act that way? And someone just put in the chat as like these like podcasts became like the reality show for men. It's like
They really
it's like
It
it's like trashy TV for men, you know? So that's when a lot of it just started going downhill for me. And I was just like, you know what? There's a lot of people that I thought that we were on the same page, and clearly we're not on the same page. And that is perfectly fine. You are allowed your opinion. That is your opinion. You are fully capable of having your own opinion, and you should. However, I don't agree with that opinion, nor will I support that opinion. And I'm just not here for it. And that's when like my subscriber dipped to like, so my subscriber count dipped. I knew it was going to dip. I knew that I was going to lose subscribers. I knew that I was going to lose like people, but that's okay, because I'm fully fine with all of that, because I was true to what I was saying. And that's all that matters to me. It's like, I don't really care. Like I at one point I was literally doing things for views and clout and all that other stuff, and then I took a step back and I'm like, this is not cool. You are not the, like, I was looking at myself, I'm like, this is not you. Like, you're not this person. Even though I was being productive and helping people, I just was like, this is not the delivery that I want to leave as a legacy on the internet. You know what I mean? That's not how I want to, like, I don't want people to look at my videos and be like, oh, wow, like, what? That's not Rebecca at all.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, you know, the internet will say things like, you're a pick-me for doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And you are literally taking accountability and the content that you're putting out and trying to do stuff that is integral to who you are. And I think that we can appreciate that.
See, this is why I came here, because it's like, this is exactly it. It's like, it's when people say I'm holding myself accountable, right? Or you see people on the podcast holding themselves accountable, and people are still going in and saying like, no, you're this, that. I'm like, no, I made a decision. I don't support your extreme views. I don't think that's cool. I don't think it's productive to the conversation. I don't think anything's happening from this except more hatred, more division between the sexes. And the whole point of this whole conversation is to bring people closer together, right? Like, that was like the original goal. And now everyone's like divided. Everyone's angry at one another. You have people like, you know, saying like, putting things out there that are against women. And I'm just like, this is not cool. Like, this is not what I signed up for. I signed up for helping people, and this is just not it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say. That's that moment that I was just like, I would just see one after the other. I'm like, wow, like, what?
And that's
like
when you
that.
took a break.
And that's when I was like, we're exiting. We are exiting stage left. I'm gonna shut the computer
Thank you
off.
so much.
I'm like, thank you. And it almost, and I'm gonna be extremely transparent. It almost made me want to delete my channel. The only reason why I didn't delete my channel or like just get rid of it is because I've had so many women reach out to me and say, Rebecca, like you are the big sister that I needed to hear. Like I binged watched your videos and I needed to hear that tough conversation. And that's the only reason why I didn't delete my whole channel and like 100,000 subscribers like up, you know what I mean? Which is something that I worked very hard for, but I was like, I can just make a new channel. Like I've done it before, you know, like, yes, it takes a lot of sweat and whatever, but like, I don't care because I would rather have a brand new channel than be associated with like these with that, like with this narrative and these talking points. Like that's not me. You're not going to catch me saying those things online.
Yeah.
So
oh, I'm glad you didn't delete your channel because actually in the chat, but CJ in the chat was the one that introduced me, gosh, what has it been now? Almost 2 years, maybe a couple years ago, introduced me to, I think it was Fresh and Fit at first, but it was the mindset that he was trying to get me to wake up, because I needed to wake up in my own personal life. I needed that smack in the reality. And so it was their channel, and then kind of trickled back and forth between different ones. And then I stumbled upon you, and he was like, oh yeah, no, she's great. You'd like her. And that was your, like, I binge watched your whole thing. And that was when I was like, okay, so we can change and we can heal and we can like adapt and move on, because she did it. And so I can. And so that gave me hope. And then watching your videos on, you know, your struggles and the things that you guys went through and like all that stuff, you know, with your hubby and all that that you've talked about. And it was kind of like, okay, no, I can do this. And so that was you. So I'm really glad that you didn't delete your channel, because I loved it. And, you know, I'm old and decrepit according to that movement, but it was,
I should just like turn it in
just
at
quit.
this point.
Step in front of a train or, I don't know, but it gave me that last, like, okay, so hearing it from the guys, you're kind of like, oh God, you know, this is exactly how I feel about myself. You know, we women bash ourselves all the time, but then you watching your content, I was like, okay, no, I can do this. It's okay. I just need to. And I booked a therapy appointment that day, and I was like, I'm going to do this. Like that was about, I think it was about 2 years ago now, maybe a little bit less, but yeah. CJ says, like, I still love it. And he's an incredible one, let me tell you. And you know, don't step in front of the red pill train, ladies, I guess was my speech there. But I'm glad you didn't delete your channel, because I love it.
I'm glad too. And like you know, it's honestly like hearing you say that and other women saying that has really kept me going in a sense, because at one point I was just like, what am I doing here? Like, I don't even know what to talk about anymore. And I just felt very disconnected. Like, it was not only to like my audience, but it was also to myself. I was like disconnected with myself. And it's funny because as soon as I stopped consuming that content, my life got better. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's not all doom and gloom
There's
over
like
here.
a positivity change.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
You mean negative content affects your mind? Weird.
What?
Right? Like crazy thought, you know?
It's so true. Stay away from Twitter and the internet, and you can feel significantly happier.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Like if you can disconnect, and I just like, honestly, it was more of even the content that I was consuming. I was like, I'm gonna watch DIY stuff. Like I'm just gonna watch people like make something or redecorate their house. That makes me happy. There's no drama here. Or watching, I don't know, my latest thing is just like the travel videos, like with the camper, or not the van life stuff. I love van life. I love van life.
I don't make the videos, but I live in one.
Wait, what?
She's in a trailer right now.
Travel trailer.
I was wondering. I was like, I'm like, that looks, but I don't know it. But that's I'm like obsessed. Like I'm obsessed with that, and it's because it's like something that I've always. I told my husband, I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if we could like move into a tiny home, and he's like, babe, we live in like 2,000 square feet, and we're like, we can't even be in the same room. Like sometimes, where are we gonna go in a tiny house?
Learn to adapt.
You can do it. You can do it. And tiny homes are interesting. I go back and forth on those. Like my guy and I will send videos to each other all the time, like from Instagram or Reels or whatever. Tiny homes that go back and forth on. This is nice because like he's in the bedroom right now and there's a door. So if I annoy him, I can shut it. Or like when I get up in the morning for work and he's got the day off, I can shut that door if I need to. And so we have like quote unquote space. And this one is 37 feet long. We have a bedroom, we have a bathroom, and then you have the kitchen, living room, which you can see behind me. And this isn't even the most spacious that's out there. Like there are ones that are our size, are a little bit bigger, maybe closer to 40 feet, that the way they're laid out, you have 2 bedrooms, you can get a toy hauler, so you have your own room in the back. Like it's wild. It's insane. Some of these places.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so we have to talk offline, but my whole thing is like, where do you park these things? Like that's what I want to know. It's like that's the like when I started going down like the tiny home route, and I was like, maybe we can like move into a camper, and I was like, wait, where do people park these things? Like that's I was like, I kind of want to live in this city for a while, so like where would you actually like park it for like long term?
You would have to find an RV park, like an actual RV, and they would have to, like, you have to make sure they have spaces that are big enough. Like this is 37 footer, so she's a bit bigger. So wherever we go, where you decide to go in the future, we have to make sure that they fit at least 37. So that can be tricky just because it's so big, but you just pretty much go anywhere.
See, that's like that's what I've been consuming. It's just like a bunch of people like redoing their vans and stuff. That's my happy place. Okay. Not anymore of this whatever. Like I don't even watch any of those podcasts anymore. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're saying. I'm good off that.
You're better off for it.
Thank you. I think so too. I feel much happier and in a much better place. And yeah, I feel, you know, and the thing is too, is like, I also realized that a lot of them, even some of the women in the space, no one really came at it as like an actual wife or an actual mom. And like that was the other thing. I'm like, I have a kid. I don't want my daughter to like know her mom as like this person. So like that was also the thing too. I'm like, one day my daughter's gonna grow up and she's gonna know. And it's almost like when I talked to, because I went on to No Jumper and I asked Adam 22, I'm like, do you think that your daughter is going to grow up and see your wife or you in a way that is like, you know, because they do porn or prawn on
whatever.
So,
whatever it is.
And they do OnlyFans and stuff. And I was like, do you think that one day she's going to like she's going to find out and like feel some type of way? And so like recently I'm like, wow, like what is the content? Or like, what do I want to put out there that my daughter would be proud of her mom to see one day? Like, oh, that's my mom. You know, I'm proud of her. I'm like, you know, she's cool. You know, that's what I want. I don't want this like, oh, she's a woman bashing, you know, person on the internet. So
yeah.
And you don't want to end up being a grifter, because I think that we had someone in our like kind of sect of the internet pass away with their child like very young, John Bartolo, for those that know, and he literally has thousands of hours of podcasts for his son one day to listen to and get to know his dad. So that made me really think like, I don't want to curse. I don't want to do anything crazy, like stuff like that. And you just want your child to be proud of you and be like, oh my gosh, my parents did this. This is awesome. Not, I don't know, the OF and say gamer words and stuff like that on the internet. Like that's not okay. And I think that we each come to these conclusions, and it seems like we have a lot of the same perspectives. And I think that's really cool, because we have to get there at some point. I hope.
Yeah.
And some of us, you know, like I've learned the hard way, and that's like honestly also the reason why I want to come back to the internet and start making videos again, because I want to show people that people like, the thing that drives me insane is that people, especially in like a lot of those spaces, don't think that people can change.
Mm.
People can
Like
change.
if you are someone last year that is saying the same things this year or is doing the same things, you're not growing, you're not adapting, you're not listening to information, you're not reading, you're not, you know what I mean, you're not growing. And so to me it's like, if you are still the same person you were 2 years ago, that's a problem. I think that's a problem, because we all should be striving to change and adapt, and you know, maybe go deeper into what our thought process is, or you know, whatever. But for me it was like, i I saw, like both sides. I saw the feminist side and I saw this other like red pill side. I'm like, yo, you guys are the same. You guys are, what is it, the term, you're the like the coin, what is the coin,
Two sides of the same
it's,
coin.
yes, two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, they've really gotten that way. That's very true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
Mhm.
so I was just like, wow, it's really easy to go down those extremes. And I'm glad that I kind of went down both, just to be like, yeah, I'm in the middle. I just don't think that we should just, you know, maybe it's not going to get me any more views, maybe it's not going to get me any more subscribers, but at least I will be happy, and I will be like, I will set a good example for my daughter and for my other children, because they knew their mom did good instead of put out garbage stuff on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So
and you coming
that's
from
the
the
long
extreme.
story short. Long story long.
And I love it too, because you have that perspective of coming from the other side
Both
too.
sides.
You know,
Yeah.
so you get
I've
to
seen
see it
both sides.
both ways. You get to see the both. Where some people like to talk that they've seen the other side, but they've not like fully immersed themselves or whatever, really fully into it, and then they come out and they're like, "Wow, this is this and this is that." And you're like, "You don't know. You weren't there. You didn't have the blue hair. I don't want to hear it."
Or the
Did
pink
you
hair.
have
I
blue
actually,
hair?
oh yes, I did the whole shaved
Oh my
my
goodness.
head 3 times. 3 times
Oh my
had my
goodness.
head shaved. Yeah.
Like the
Multiple
side of it.
multiple years. No, like the whole thing.
The whole
Number
thing.
1.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. All right.
Yeah, I
Britney
actually had a
Spears.
video on it. So it was funny because my YouTube channel actually started because I shaved my head. Like that was like my first video, was me shaving my head. Since then I think I've like privated or taken it down, but like I'll send you that. I think it's
Oh
Yeah.
my
still on
goodness.
the internet. Yeah, that was my first video, was me shaving my head. And then I used to do hair videos because I would dye it every color. So I had it pink, purple, blue, green, a yellow,
Wow.
because one time it turned out
Hello.
yellow, not for like, not in like,
Whoops.
it was, yeah, it was really oops. I had the lines on the
Oh,
side,
the
so
shaved
fully
lines.
shaved
Yeah.
lines. I've had, yeah, I pretty much red. I've done the rainbow. Yeah. Just I didn't have rainbow hair at the same time. It was every week.
That would be too
And
difficult.
yeah,
Yeah.
every week it would be bleach and then another color, bleach and then
So
another
bad for
color.
your
So,
hair.
oh,
Oh my
so bad.
God.
I had to shave it one last time and then just grow it out. And this is 5 years 5 years worth of growth. Yeah,
Virgin
5 years
hair?
worth.
I was just telling her before you popped
No.
in, before we went live, about how like it's been, you posted a video of how you and your hubby for your anniversary, like old stuff, and I forgot how short your hair was.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
super
you're
good.
like
Started, I was like, it
videos.
looked really cute. Like it was a cute little
Sure.
picture. Like, you look good on you. But I was like, I forgot how short and your hair has gotten so long.
Yeah, my wedding, like it was crazy because I almost got extensions for my wedding, but my hair was so short and it looks so. To me, it looks weird now because my husband's like, "You are absolutely never cutting your hair again." Like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, he met me as a bald woman, but he was like, "Now that I
Wow.
see you with all of this hair, no,
Never again.
we're not
You
doing
should do
that."
a hair video at one point. Just
Of like all
how
my
you
progressive hair.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
and how
yes.
you healed it and how you got it to grow again because it's gorgeous. And I'm like, I'm in an in-between stage. I don't even know what's going on right now. So
Well, it's funny because like with postpartum, I still have like it's also because my hair is super dark, but you chunks of hair. It falls out when you
Oh, no.
yeah. So
Mhm.
that's something we can look forward to.
Because you retain it when you're pregnant. Like your hair barely falls out, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah. You start taking prenatals again and you're like, hair's back.
just
So,
take them forever.
Yeah, no, it's super dangerous. Don't take it forever. Don't take it forever. Especially if you're super fertile. Do not take prenatals unless you are okay. That's
I didn't know
here we
a
go.
little pre-baby
Don't take
talk.
advice from your
Yes.
sorry, Kitty.
Please
Don't take
do
advice
not
from
take
me.
prenatals unless you are actually trying to get pregnant because it actually, if you are very fertile, it actually will make it easier for you to get pregnant because it's basically
All right.
getting all of your vitamins and nutrients ready to grow a
baby.
fetus.
Take
Yeah.
some notes here.
Mhm. Yeah, don't do that.
Taking
Don't do
some
that.
notes.
Oh, gosh.
And milk thistle, if you ever take milk thistle, so I'm actually 4 years sober. But when I was drinking, I used to take milk thistle. And
Yeah.
milk thistle, if you are on birth control, it actually completely like
Lessens the
go
effect.
lessens the effect of your birth control. You can get pregnant very easily if you
Oh,
take milk
wow.
thistle. Sorry, that was
Interesting.
another
So
nugget
don't take
for you
milk
guys.
thistle if you're on birth control.
Yeah, don't take milk thistle unless you like. I mean, you can only really get pregnant in like a 5-day window.
Mm.
So
Now,
please, that's right.
is it
Like,
only
you're
with
the one.
hormonal birth control, or is this with like the copper IUDs as well? Just to clarify for people out there.
I
For
think it's
Asking
just
for fun.
when you're on the pill. Actually, I
Okay.
don't know. Actually, I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know.
Okay.
I would say it's more for hormonal birth control.
Because the
Okay.
copper one doesn't
That's
have
what
the
I've
hormones,
heard.
right?
No, it
It's
just
more of like
Yeah.
a physical, like it
the
just
lining,
physically, like
your uterine lining. So,
I
yeah.
went off
guys
the
are like,
I went off the pill.
why are we talking about this?
Listen, nice to see men get. Okay, here you are. We appreciate your support, but listen, you're welcome. Okay,
Yeah, if you see your girl and you don't want kids and she's taking milk thistle, stop it.
wrap it.
And also, all men, my husband knows my cycle to a T. He knows when I'm ovulating. He knows when men. Please know your woman's cycle. It makes your life so much easier.
Yeah,
I'm
they're like,
telling you.
this is the week I avoid her.
Yes. Or this is the week that I just give her chocolate because I know that her period is coming and she needs it and she needs to, I'm telling you, if you know your wife's or your girlfriend's or whatever, if you know her cycle, your life will be so much easier. So
And there
much
are
easier.
apps for that you can download. Like I
Yes,
have
you
the,
can literally
email.
track
Yeah.
them. You could send them your like he
Cycle.
gets notifications like, hey, she's ovulating. You might want to.
It's a week before her period.
Well, I have the 28 Wellness app that EV Magazine put out. And so, like, even I don't know because they don't really teach it for us girls anymore, which is ridiculous. But so every, like, it'll send me a notification like, oh, you've entered a new phase and this is what you should be feeling. And I'm like,
yes.
Now that you say that is what I feel like.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell him. And he's like, what?
Or you could do
Yeah.
this.
No, there you go.
It's just
Okay.
sometimes the cycle's over. Yes, that too. That you can
Mhm.
do that. You could try that. You could try that.
We'll never say no to chocolate. Just a fun fact.
Yeah.
That-
Or chocolate ice cream. I love chocolate ice cream.
Ooh.
Cookies and cream.
Mm.
Just throwing that out there. Now I want ice cream.
Now all I'm thinking about is ice cream. Oh gosh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's new.
No, it's one of the
one
most
of the
oldest forms of birth
Really?
control.
I
Yeah.
never knew it. I was on
Yeah.
the
Yes.
pill starting at like 13, so that's old.
I guess this was kind of my way of preventing hormonal issues in terms of birth control. Like I went to the copper IUD so that my body can try to normalize.
Mhm.
And let's just say that was it worked. Yes, it worked. But I never knew what a real period or a heavy period felt like until I
Yeah.
used that.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
you will bleed more with a copper IUD because
oof.
it irritates your lining so that it's thicker so an egg can't implant.
Oh my god.
The guys are
That's
getting a whole lesson.
You guys are
today.
getting
Sorry,
all. I
guys.
know. Hey, this is one of those times where it happens every now and then. Like we don't have any of our ladies in the chat today.
I know, I'm
all
like,
men.
where? The guys are like, I did not sign up for period talk.
Yeah, we really talk about this? Yes.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
If your goal is to be with a woman, then it's going to literally be something you're going to live with.
Filter
whole life.
useful information like you guys normally do, and eventually, like you'll be like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I remember some weird YouTube ladies talking about this.
Yeah. Oh, there's an app where you can track your period and it'll
Yeah.
email me when you're like hormonal. Great.
Great, and that way I know why you're being rude. Got it.
You're like, oh, it's like they're being psycho. I'm like, well,
This is why.
I could have known.
I love those apps because I learned stuff about myself that I didn't know. And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Try,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, once you try to have a baby, it's like your body can do that. Like every time I would go to the doctor and she would be like, yeah, did you know that like all of your organs are like moving all over the place? And like I'm just like, wait, how does that possibly work?
Your body
And
literally
also-
goes like this, and you're like,
And
what?
Did you know this is something that I learned as I gave birth. The placenta is obviously an organ that we create during pregnancy, but it's actually not our DNA. It's fully the man's DNA.
100%?
know that.
100%. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, we're learning.
when the sperm comes in, right? Like, and it meets like, okay, when the sperm meets the egg, right?
It becomes an ovum.
And it becomes an ova, but that like whatever came from the man like comes, it makes the placenta, and the men is what dictates, the sperm dictates what kind of baby we're having.
Yeah,
Yes,
gender.
yes.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
also creates the placenta. Like it comes
I
out
didn't
of-
know that.
Yeah.
What's funny is
my
I took.
midwife told me that.
Oh.
Yeah, my
That's so
midwife was like, did
cool.
you know that this organ is something that your body did not, it's like not made by you. It's made by your husband's. It's made by your
DNA
husband's DNA.
entirely.
Look at
That's
the men
actually really
providing for us even in utero. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I don't know if it's 100%, but it's like mainly the man's
That's
DNA. And
wild.
I was like, what? And I encapsulated it and took it as people are like, that's so gross.
Oh, like a vitamin?
I basically took my placenta as like,
I didn't know you could encapsulate
afterwards.
it. That's
yeah, so I did the whole like woo water birth thing.
That's
so,
what I want to
like,
do. That's what I want to
yeah,
do. I'm gonna hit you
I
up
did-
when the time comes. I'm gonna message
Yes,
you.
I literally, so yeah, I went through the whole experience, and I'm gonna, the next time I did it at a birthing center, I'm gonna do it at home this
The next
time.
time.
So
Well, you
Yeah.
know, this time, like previous. Like I would be so nervous for my first birth. The second birth, not as
Yes.
bad.
Well, that's what I tell other women too, because like it's not for everyone. Trust me, it's not for everyone. And I've had friends that have done like hybrid versions of it where they do it in the hospital, but they don't take pain medication, or they do it at home and you like administered gas, like literal laughing
Mm.
gas. So that's also fun too. So I
I've
told my
never taken
midwife,
it. I would
have,
know.
Oh
like
God.
have the gas on hand, girlfriend. Have the gas on hand.
It's worth
I
it.
want to do a home birth, probably a water birth, because I heard that's easier. I mean, you would know from experience, but I've heard that like the water helps a lot and all that. The only thing I think, because I'm so much older, I'm 35, so by the time I have kids, I'm gonna be
You're so old.
so
We're all
old.
We're
You
so
are
decrepit.
geriatrically pregnant.
Yeah,
it's geriatric pregnancy.
Our eggs are just
terrible. So I think I will probably like.
I'm
Is there
35
an
too. I'm turning
ambulance
35
on
next
standby?
month.
Are you?
Actually, there was an ambulance on deck.
Yeah,
because they were
In case.
like,
just in case.
because my midwife was like, this baby is probably either coming out here or in this ambulance. Well, we got to figure this out, because like, yeah, it was. I will save your audience what happened to me, but yeah, it was just.
No.
You never know. You never know.
Get her in the ambulance, and then my husband was there, and he was like talking to the guy so casually, and I'm pushing, and I have like 4 midwives around me, and they're like, "Get the olive oil! Get the olive oil!" So
The olive oil. Listen, olive oil works for everything. Okay, it's good for your hair.
It's great. And my husband's like, and the guys are like, "Oh, I think she's okay. I think she's fine."
Fucking olive oil.
And I'm sitting there like gassed up.
Oh my god.
It's awesome.
I can't wait for like one day. I feel like knowing myself and my husband, we'll like live stream just a portion of it and be like,
yes,
get off of me. I don't want anything.
Mark's gonna be like, so here we are, and you just see X-ray go just poof.
Get the camera off of me right now.
At one point, I told my husband, I'm like, and my husband had worked the whole day at work, and then we went like after he worked to the place, and all night he was just trying to sleep, and I was laboring all night, like intense labor. You feel everything, and I was like, babe, pressure, and he's like sleeping with like the knee in my back.
Oh, like help, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
it's so exciting.
It was fun. I will 100% give birth natural every single time. And it's funny because like as women we do forget everything. We're like, yeah, forget like pain. What is pain?
Yeah, I want to do it again. Yeah,
I wanted to do it again like immediately. My midwife was like, chill out, okay? Like we need to heal everything. Like just relax.
Your body needs to go from here back to here.
Yeah, like, give yourself a break. And I was like, fine, fine.
Oh gosh,
So,
I can't imagine like, you know how like that, what's it called, Irish twin, where you have a baby within a year. Cannot imagine like you're breastfeeding and growing another baby in you within that short time.
That's what I wanted.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted another baby so bad, but I was just like, honestly, like I'm glad we didn't, but it was just like I honestly thought to myself, I'm like, I could do this again. Let's go. I'm very grateful because my body is now like back to normal. I'm like, we can try again soon.
Time for baby number 2.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I definitely think that there should be more babies in the world.
Oh, same.
I don't have enough.
I'm trying to have all of them before I turn 40. So I'm just like, that's why I was just like, I gotta get pregnant again. Like, that's really why I wanted like Irish twins. So I was like, I have to get pregnant again because I need another baby. And like, what if everything dries up over there? So I was just
geriatric.
like, yeah, I'm geriatric now. But also if you go the midwife route, they don't treat you as like you're geriatric. They just treat you as like a
normal person.
That's what I want.
You're like,
I want
you're a woman.
No pokes.
Yeah. Yes, we did none of that.
Yeah, none of that. I want you keep those pokes away from my teeny tiny little baby. Get out.
All of it.
The only poking we're gonna be doing is like how cute you are. That's the only poking we're doing.
Oh my god.
Same.
Yeah.
I very much that route. And also I also like if I give like when we have our next baby, I'm only doing one ultrasound.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't they usually do 2, right?
So
3?
So when you go the traditional way, right, they do ultrasounds at every appointment. Like almost every appointment you're getting an ultrasound. They're like, do you want to see your baby?
Really?
Like, you would be surprised how many ultrasounds they are willing to give you if you want them, especially early on. So they do the 24-week scan. So that's like your anatomy scan. They check everything. And then you usually go in for like the 8-week scan, which is like the first one to see the heartbeat. So I think I'm just want to do one scan. And yeah, I think for my pregnancy, I think I did 3 or 4. I think I did 3 for my daughter. But I think this one, my friend did that and she was like, I totally recommend it because I had like a scare at the end and they made it scary, which it wasn't actually scary. I'm like, I'm telling you, my daughter is sleeping. She's not trying to move around right now. And you guys are trying to like agitate her to get a test done for whatever you need to do. And then they like rushed me to the hospital. I'm like, I don't need, like, everything's fine. I'm telling you, she's fine. And because like you feel like I knew when my daughter was sleeping in my belly. I knew when she was sleeping, when she was awake. I knew what time she liked to be awake, all of that stuff. I told them, I was like, please, let's reschedule this test because she's not awake right now and you're trying to wake up my daughter and she's not trying to have it. And we're like, we can't find a heartbeat. We can't find a heartbeat. And I was like, like, not a heartbeat, but like they wanted to like do this test where it's like, they have to like find it every 2 seconds or they have to feel her breathing, something like that. Like, I don't feel like, I don't see it coming up. And they're like, let's just send you to the hospital. And I'm like, that's like a $400 bill that I really don't need. So no, respectfully, no. And everything was fine. I gave birth to a healthy baby and everything was fine. But a lot of the reasons why, do your own research about ultrasounds. I'll send you guys the information and like people I follow about that. But there's been like a lot. I'm like very much in like the holistic baby realm, so I can go a little too extreme sometimes with that.
No, it's become this crazy, and of course I think a lot of us, and I'm probably one of these camps, have always been hesitant about some, like a lot, like I don't get the flu shot every year, like that, whatever.
I don't do any of that
kind of thing, right? I don't do any of that stuff. But I think the 2020 really woke a lot of people and was kind of like, what the heck is going on around here? But I have like oregano and olive oil in a jar, you know, like same, that kind of thing. And I'm like, I want to have, I told Duke, my boyfriend, I was like, I want babies at home. We're not getting any pokes. I said, you feel sick, I'll make you a hot toddy maybe. But here is some oregano and olive oil. Like, no, because I don't trust these people anymore. And the ultrasound thing, I have seen so many of my girlfriends work themselves into a tizzy to where they had to be hospitalized because ultrasounded this or this happened or whatever. And are you sure? The doctor's like, are you sure that's normal? And you're like, well, you're the doctor. You should know. But the mom always knows. Like, mom knows. You know, the baby is inside of me. I think I would know. You know what I mean?
And like, I feel her moving. I feel all of this stuff. Like, you don't need to like do any more of these tests. Like, I'm perfectly fine. They're like, we have to send you to the hospital. We have to, like, this is a test that's like, once you take it, they have to like check it off. Like, I don't know. It's like one of those
part of I will defend the ultrasound tech in the sense that if they had sent you home and they didn't tell you, then you could technically
yes,
right?
correct. Yeah. And that's the reason why. It's like once you initiate the test, it's like, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but like we have to send you to the hospital. Like there's no, and sometimes that's how pregnancy is in like the Western world. And it can be this scary thing, like, oh, like you're so sick, like you're, you know, they made it seem like a lot of women that I speak to, they like, they don't feel empowered being pregnant. They don't feel like they feel almost that they're almost like debilitated, you know, and we should feel strong and healthy because I never got sick during pregnancy. I felt like I was like a superhuman, you know what I mean? Because like whatever my daughter was doing to keep me healthy, I like didn't get nothing. My husband got Covina and I was perfectly fine. I was like, I don't know. I got superhuman strength because I have a like baby growing inside of me. I swear, I'm like, I did so many things. Like I hiked, I did everything that I wanted to do. And this pregnancy, whenever it happens, I want to be even more active. Like I walk like 3 miles a day with my daughter. Like we go on like all these adventures. So I want to continue doing that, obviously, God willing. But, you know, I go to the chiropractor and like if you treat your body right, these things are just, you know, like pregnancy is supposed to be a beautiful thing, not like, oh, scary. Oh, and that's how I think like a lot of the movies and a lot of social media makes it seem like it is. It's like a scary thing. I actually had a fear of being pregnant when I was younger. I didn't even want kids because I was so scared of pregnancy in general because of what you see in the media. Oh, like the screaming woman and all this other stuff. And once I like found out what our bodies are capable of doing, it is so empowering. You're like, wow, my body does this. This is so cool. Like, just watch a video about how contractions work and you're just like, what? Your body naturally does that during a contraction. It's wild. Like I've seen women breathe babies out of them. So yes,
my aunt like sneezed. My aunt, she's only had the one, but she made sure to eat healthy and not gain a bunch of weight. You know, I mean, natural weight that you gain when you have a baby, but not gain so much weight. Try not to give into too many cravings, like that thing. And so she put on her, what I think the averages was like between 20 and 25 pounds. So she put on that, like the normal, whatever healthy weight is. And then she would keep with her athletic, and her husband was in the military. So they kept their routine. And she was like, I think I'm in labor. An hour later, the baby was born. And it was like Tyler was born. Wow. It was wild. They barely got to the hospital in time. They barely checked her in time. And she was doing her contractions, not terrible. And then she went like, it's you. And the baby was like, hey, I'm here.
Wow.
Yeah. I had a friend that gave birth in the middle of her like hallway.
Oh no.
Yeah. She was already having like a home birth, but she was like, I literally like walked the baby out. So
wow.
Yeah. Shows up in the living room and they're like blowing up the water tub. And
her water broke.
We're not ready yet.
Like, 2 minutes later, like the baby came out. Yeah. Wow. It was her second baby. So like, just keep that in mind. Like second and third are just
usually
like
faster, right?
Easier. Yeah,
Like, we're ready.
I've seen
We can
videos-
totally switch this topic. Your poor audience is probably like, why are we talking about pregnancy, periods, and
so sorry.
Hey,
hormones?
this we're making poor choices as well here, talking about baby birthing, okay?
Yeah, like poor, yeah, they're like, peace, I gotta go. Like,
this is stuff
Sorry.
you might need to know when you have a baby. It's
yes,
fine. It's all
just
part of the
true.
show.
Nick is never phased though. I love Nick is like, oh, we're talking about this. It's fine. Part of the reason
Yeah.
that women feel
Yeah.
energized and look more youthful is due to the fact that
Yes.
some of the baby's stem cells are passed. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
cool.
and the stem cells remain in your body for like ever.
Ooh,
That's cool.
even better.
Yeah,
See, the
every
more
baby
babies you
leaves stem
have,
cells.
the younger you get.
I think so. I don't know if that's accurate, but yes, the stem cells remain in your body forever, and every child leaves their stem cells. And that's why you should keep the placenta, because the reason why they want your placenta is because they make stem cells from your placenta. So it's better that you keep it and either consume it or you get your own stem cell. Like you can do, it's a lot of money though, but if you save your placenta, you can actually like send it off and they'll like save stem cells for you or something in like a lab.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
That's another option for you.
Interesting. I mean, I knew the people that like ate it straight, like they consumed it that way, but I didn't really
like Chinese medicine stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
black market placenta.
Yeah, like I wasn't about to do that. I was like, I
like Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones.
Yes,
on the heart.
Oh my god.
I wish I was that like crunchy to like want to do that, but no, I was like, I'll take the pills. Like I'll take my pills.
I mean, I like the idea of the encapsulation. I just googled it now. Encapsulation. That would be
yeah. It doesn't taste like anything. So like,
yeah.
I take iron supplements anyway because I have I'm anemic. So my iron supplements smell disgusting. So the fact that
awful.
Yeah, so like I was already taking something that was disgusting. So I was just like, oh, this smells better than my iron capsule. So like
And it's fine. It's fine.
It's totally fine.
You don't want to fry it though, because then that would denature the cells.
Oh yeah, don't fry it.
Don't want to fry it.
Yeah. I mean, I get the joke. It was funny, but
dehydrate it maybe. That'll probably
into
be
beef
okay.
jerky. You'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be fine.
Oh, I don't know why that image was just really gross in my head. So it has been about an hour, and I don't want to take too much of your time because I know you said your brain was off.
And we were all like, yeah, so stem cells and placenta. But honestly, if there's anything else you guys want to touch on or like whatever, I'm happy to
Poor Rebecca's like, please let's not end it on placenta talk.
Yeah, like that's where I'm like, I just don't want to end it on placenta.
Yeah.
Like or
oh my gosh. Okay, so then I guess future videos, because I saw the last one that you made was like how to make as a homemaker 15K a month, which is insane, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch that video, but I guess what is like one of the, I'll say, quick shop ways that you can make money at home? Because I'm kind of interested in that.
Me too.
Okay, let me bring you in. So there's so many things that you can do to make money from home. When I started going down this path, because the number one question that I got a lot from my like female subscribers, even some of my male subscribers, they were like, I want my wife to be stay at home, but not in this economy. Like, how can you have stay at home parents, or how can you have a stay at home mom when you need two incomes, especially with how crazy, like, you know, all of this is going. So that's when my brain was like, I need to figure out ways to make money from home online. And the thing that I actually do, which brings me in, like, so YouTube brings me in money, which is something that, like, if you have a camera, I'm right now, I'm on my Logitech or whatever.
That's what
I don't have I don't even have my big camera, like my setup is over there. Start like YouTube, great way to make money. You're not going to make money right away. Not at all. Trust me, you're going to make like a few cents and you should be super happy about that. But there was months that I was bringing in $6,000, $8,000. Yeah. Like, and then super chats, even more. Like, you want to know why these people have these podcasts? Because they're making thousands of dollars just in super chats. Okay. Like, that's the draw. I just like gave you guys like the whole spiel,
Big secret.
But yeah, the big secret of like, this is why they want the sizzle, because it makes them hundreds and thousands of dollars per stream. But yeah, YouTube was paying me really good money. Now it's like it's way less. Like, I make a couple $100 from YouTube. But the thing that makes me the most amount of money is, well, there's a few things. So I do no code web development. So anyone that has any sort of skill online, you can make money because people don't want to build websites. So there's websites like Hostinger and Wix.com where you can literally build someone else's website for them because they don't want to do it. I get paid like $3,000 a month to just build websites. Okay. So that's one way you can make money.
Damn.
Yes. And I'm like giving you like basically what the video is. So like, that's one way. Bookkeeping. You bookkeep if you love numbers, or even if you don't love numbers, but you want to make $500 per client, you can literally start bookkeeping. And it's basically like 4 hours a month at the end of the month, and you just keep track of people's books for businesses. Or if you're a YouTuber, you can like do it for YouTubers or Instagram people, content creators, because a lot of these people, like, they don't have the time to do it. If you say, hey, I'm a bookkeeper, I'm charging you $200 a month, whatever, you stack your clients. Now you have a couple $1,000s a month, right? Just with a couple clients there. Another thing that you can do, which is like my favorite way to make money, is affiliate marketing. This is something that I started doing, adding to my YouTube channel. So I add links. Like, when you guys do this, right? And if you have like a wine that you really love and you're drinking the wine, and be like, today on today's episode, we drank this bottle of wine, this bottle of wine, this is where you buy it. You send them to your affiliate link, and you're making money on every single purchase that someone made from your unique code. So I do this for high ticket items. I do it for courses. I do it for subscription services. Like, I use Hostinger, Wix. About 82% of companies have some sort of affiliate program. So finding high affiliate programs where you can promote on your YouTube channels, on your Instagram, on whatever platform you're at. If you do blogging, having affiliate links and doing affiliate marketing can make you thousands of dollars per month. An interview is coming out in the next couple weeks that I interviewed a woman who makes literally, this month she cleared $859,000. $859,000 for doing affiliate marketing. She almost cleared $1 million doing affiliate marketing because she makes $1,000 per commission.
Holy cow. What is she promoting? Gucci? What's going on?
I'm telling you, a lot of so like, if you have okay, so for instance, a lot of like courses online, right? So you see like a course for like $2,500 or $4,000 or whatever, and you say, I've taken this course, I know what the course is about, I think someone will get value from the course. Now you say, I'm going to promote this course, and they say your affiliate percentage is 40%, 50%, 60%. They will give you a cut of that. So if someone is promoting a high ticket course for, let's say, $2,500 and your commission is 40%, you're getting $1,000 per commission.
Hot
And
damn.
so like, yeah, or digital products. You create your own digital products, you get 100% profit. And if you have a digital product that you want to create that's like low ticket, $37, $47, $57, and you have some authority in some space, like let's say you know every gaming whatever, like this particular game, and you can build out a digital product that's specific to a game or specific to something that meets your client's needs, you can sell that and make $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month. I know people that are doing this like every day. These are moms, regular stay-at-home moms that built a business from their home working 1 to 2 hours a day. Literally.
Dang.
Yes. So like there's so many ways to make money from home. And I'm not even saying like just moms. Like if you're a dude who wants to do this for like whatever thing, you know what I mean? If you want to like make more money and not be at a 9-to-5 job, you can totally do that with like affiliate marketing, bookkeeping, no code web development. Heck, you can be a graphic designer and just make stuff on Canva and people will buy it.
I was gonna say, remember you talking about Canva and like making just whatever, like
literally, like that's what people don't like. This is what I don't think people understand. Like this is why I'm so passionate about it, because there's so much money out there that people don't realize is out there.
Sources. Yep.
And untapped. And if you have an audience, so like the more you grow this YouTube channel, the more you can stack things on top of each other. So you can create your own digital product from your own like streams, right? Or like your own content. You can have a membership from your own content. You can do Patreons. You can do so many things. Merch doesn't pay nearly anything. It's like minuscule. But there's so many ways. Like if you consume content online, like if you're on your phone scrolling, you should learn how to make money from your content. Hands down, like that's the biggest hack of life. It's just learning what you're good at, what you want to talk about every single day until you're blue in the face, and then monetize it.
Yeah.
Boom.
There you go.
Bob's your uncle.
That's how you do it.
Well, that's a way to end.
Yeah. Sorry. I can go so like, you have no idea. It's just like, it really is something that I'm just like so passionate about, because it's just, you know, I don't know. It's just, and someone said, Trixie, I'm not popular enough to do affiliate programs. Yes, you are. Literally, people buy. I even tested this. I started a new Instagram. My Instagram has 88,000 followers. I started a new Instagram. I started with zero. I've made this past month, I made $3,000 just from an Instagram with 300 followers. So you can 100% do it. You can 100% do it with 0 followers, because it's not about followers. It's about your reach. It's about reaching people. If you have an Instagram account that has 300 followers, but your account reaches 35,000 accounts, you have people that are going to find what you do. Your links are there. You can create a stand store. Oh my gosh, there's so like we could talk about this for another hour, because my whole brain
but if people want, they can just go to your channel.
Yes.
Find this information there.
Yes, I have. You can go to my Instagram, but I also created a new Instagram called Nap. So it's at naptime.hustle.mama. So you can find me there. And I'm actually starting a new YouTube channel, Naptime Hustle Mama 2, to make content around this, because I want to help people. Like I genuinely want to just help people make money from home. If you want to be with your kids, if you both want to retire from being in the 9-to-5, you can make money online. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's very doable.
Yeah. That sounds.
So-
I'm gonna start making journals on Canva.
Yes.
Inspired by all this talk about entrepreneurial stuff, and I think that empowerment is a great thing, and this is a severely positive message, and I think that not enough people are doing that on the internet. It's usually negative.
Yes. Yeah, and I
That's so
think
true.
and that's it, and that's really why, and you will this is exactly why I turned my life around. I came to Jesus. This is why I completely turned my channel around. But that's the other thing too, is like, the reason why I'm still slowly moving my YouTube channel from that content to this content is because people didn't subscribe to knowing about this new content. That's why I'm creating a new channel, because I want people to learn, like genuinely want to learn about that specific thing. You know what I mean? And find me because of that specific thing. So yes, digital planners on Etsy, amazing.
Hi, Kara.
Kara, even better idea, digital planners, you talk about it on your Instagram or TikTok. You make TikTok videos about daily planning. You do a daily planner. Then you post it in your Stan store, which STAN.store, and you can actually you can bypass Etsy and create your own store in your link, in a link.
You need to make a video of this.
Yes, I'm going to. And you link it to your Instagram, and then there people can buy directly from your Instagram or from your TikTok.
And they can't take a percentage.
And they can't take a percentage. You always will get Stripe, like the 4%, or if you do it through PayPal, whatever your processing is from. But yes, to-do lists, planners, all of that stuff are great sellers on whatever. And if you're an organized person, Printify is amazing because you can make those things super easily. Just so everyone's aware. So that's
I love this. I'm quitting my job tomorrow.
Don't do that. That's not what you should do.
God.
I will never tell people to quit their job, but I will say, Tugs, if you want to make something that, if you have something that you're super passionate about, create a digital product about it, start marketing it, start talking about it on your social media. Maybe it's something about, I know you guys are into gaming. I don't know anything about gaming.
No worries.
I'll be completely honest. I have no idea what that is or whatever. But if you make something that is so specific to your niche and to your target audience, they will buy from you. Okay. And if you talk about it all the time, they will definitely buy it from you, because what people don't understand is content. Oh, okay. Sorry. And I will end here because this is where my brain's now my brain's just fired up. Yeah, my brain just went we're here. But with content, people don't always, as content creators, you have to understand, people don't watch every single piece of content that you create. So you think that you've created a video, especially I've gone through this as myself as a content creator on YouTube. I'm I already made a video about that. Why would I make another video about that? You have to understand, not everyone watched that video. However, if you keep talking about that certain thing, at some point, that person will find that video that you're talking about, the specific thing. Maybe it's the planner. Maybe it's whatever. Yes, I will make this very
She's got it, guys. I promise.
No, but it's very true. You have to be repetitive because there's always new people and different people every single stream. No, not the same people are coming on every single stream. So
yes, and you can't forget that as a content creator, or I'm not even talking about people that are trying to be influencers or whatever. I'm saying, if you are talking about something and you think, well, I've already talked about that, so why would I bring that up again? No, you have new people coming to you every single day. You don't know how the algorithm is going to pick that video up. Maybe it doesn't like that particular content that you put out, but it might like this one, right? So if that one doesn't point to whatever product that you're selling or whatever affiliate link that you're promoting, then people are, first of all, they're going to be confused. And second of all, they won't won't care about your video. That's why you see so many influencers, so many people online make money or not make money. These influencers that are like hundreds of thousands subscribers or hundreds of thousands of followers, they don't make money. They rely specifically on Instagram ads, or not Instagram's like payouts and YouTube AdSense, but they're not seeing the true money that comes from either creating your own product or doing affiliate marketing, or combining the both of them, creating a digital product with affiliate links in it, so you double bake. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'll come on.
He's gonna make a video.
Tugs is like, what the?
I think honestly, like the both of us are like, we could listen to this all freaking night.
I have so many. Sorry, I know I have so many. My brain, like this is what I'm saying. First of all, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, so like this stuff is exciting to me because people need to know, like you have to know that like there is ways to make money. Like you don't have to be trapped in a 9-to-5 job that you hate in order to make money. You don't need to work harder, you need to work smarter. And sometimes working smarter means you utilize your YouTube or your Facebook or your Instagram that you're just scrolling aimlessly, and you actually turn it into something that you can make money. You can monetize 300 people as a following. You can monetize 500, 100 people. Trust me, I've done it. So there. I will maybe I'll make my own. Be like, thank you for my TED Talk.
No, I think sometimes like this sort of conversation, you don't know who it could apply to, and it really could apply to anyone in the chat. It could be like obviously the two of us were like, okay, this is good to learn, but like you never know. Maybe someone wants to have additional income on something that they have been excited about their whole life, and they have an idea and just have to implement it. And so if this is the inspiration, then that's great.
Yeah. And if you can do a digital product, it's so much better than physical products, because physical products take money. Digital products you can do for literally nearly free or zero, or like close to zero, like maybe $100 instead of $100,000.
Once it's made, it's done. You don't have to do anything.
And yes, and it sells, like it sells, and it's like in your sleep. You don't have to ship anything. You don't have inventory. You don't have to deal with customer service. Like you just sell the product on repeat, and you create it one time. You spent a bulk amount of time doing it, right? You poured yourself into it, and then you say, okay, now it sells. That's why people make that's like online courses. I know one girl that like she makes easily $5,000 a day just from a video course that she created. $5,000 a day. Do you want to make $5,000 a day? I know I want to make $5,000 a day. I'm not there, but I definitely want to make $5,000 a day. I know people that make $5,000 a day, and it's easy. You make a 5 to 7 second video on Instagram and you promote products, or you create your own product that you want to promote.
There you go. There you go.
Mic drop. Okay.
My God.
Mic
Boom.
drop.
All right. So Rebecca,
Yes.
please tell the audience all the links, because I also want to add your Instagram, your YouTube, your new one that you said you wanted to make. Is it made
It
yet
has
or
like
no?
no, it's like it has like 5 followers, 5 subscribers. I haven't fully like deep dive. I haven't done my full deep dive into it, so we're gonna hold off on that.
Perfect.
But I will. Okay, so people can find me. I am Rebecca Barrett on Instagram. Okay, that's one. That's like my what's it called? Like that's just like my you're gonna see my everyday life. You're gonna see my dog, you're gonna see my husband. You're not gonna see my daughter because I keep her private off of the internet, but you're gonna see my life. And then nap time, yes. Nap time hustle mama, naptime.hustlemama is where you're gonna find my side hustle where I'm talking about how to make passive income, how you can do that with affiliate marketing, and also making digital products. And then eventually I'm going to be making a YouTube channel where I'm literally deep diving into these series of topics, because there's so many good gems for everyone, and I want everyone to make money.
I want it. I want it all. I'm so ready to quit my job and be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we should all have that option. Even if you don't have kids, you should all have the option to stay at home.
Absolutely. So we got Frank Hool,
Thank
member for
you.
15 months, says thanks for being on the stream, Rebecca. Which
Thank you so much for coming on and
This
for
was
breaking your
wonderful.
break. You're breaking your break. Yeah, we'll go with it.
Yeah,
to
breaking
come
the
on
break.
our show, our little show. Thank you.
I know.
No, it's not little. You should never think of it as little, because I always thought my channel was little until one day it wasn't. So you don't know if it takes one video to go.
We've seen the viral.
Yeah, to go viral, and then you double down on it. But always remember, stay true to yourself. Don't get caught up with with what the internet wants to see. There's a fine line that you need to play, and a fine line that you need to hold, where it's like, okay, this is enough content that is true to us, but also talks about like what we want to talk about and what people like. But you got to find what that like line is for you guys. And
Absolutely.
also remain true to yourself, because it's not small. You should always think that this is going to be big, and it's already big. And, poor choices. I want to see that intro all the time. I want to see it.
It's such a good intro.
It's such a good intro. Like, I don't have an intro, and I have over 100,000 subscribers. Like, I don't even have that. So that's what I'm saying. You guys are killing it. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming on.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. And if you ever want another part, if you guys want like a money making series or another Poor Choices money making edition, I will come on to do
whenever
that.
you create those video series to promote your program.
Yeah. We will definitely.
You can help market it over here.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it so much. And thank you so much to the chat. You guys are awesome. Yeah, and that's where you can find me. And thank you so much for breaking my break.
Yeah,
honestly, I'm glad you had a
night coming up with content.
This was a really fun night for
and
sure.
I feel bad for your whole audience. So if you want to skip to from the period,
you're used to it. They're used to it. You're used to it.
But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm muted. All right. Did you see my message in the private chat? There you go. All right. Thank you very much, Rebecca. That was awesome. She was a great guest. I had a lot of fun.
Shout out to CJ. I don't know if he's still listening, but he's the one who introduced me to her. Like, I think it's been about 2 years probably now. And I just love her. So yeah, go subscribe to all of her things. And we can't wait to have her back. And I'm so glad that she was able to come on tonight. She's so sweet.
It was freaking awesome. So we do have a couple super chats to get to. Oh wow Hokies, what is wrong with you?
Maybe we'll do listen, I will make you guys a deal.
A placenta stream.
I will make you guys a deal right now. When Duke and I get married and I am pregnant with my first kid ever, I will do and of course Extra Girl can be here if she wants. We will do a Poor Choices baby edition, and we'll talk all things placentas.
Yep. The race of pregnancy is on.
Yeah. And we'll talk all placenta baby stuff.
Speaking of babies, Hokies member for 15 months says this stream needs more puppies. Yeah, the puppies are like, I can smell the food Mark is making in the kitchen, and it's just to die for. So they're not here. Cajun Corey for $4.99 says got some Sugarland's butter pecan sip and cream, going off the rails with Poor Choices for my last night of 34. Happy pre-birthday, Cajun Corey. Cheers, ladies in chat. Oh my gosh, I hope you have a good birthday tomorrow, sir. Oh my gosh, thank you for the super chat. And then we also had a Streamlabs donation last night, literally right when we finished. So I really do apologize to J.H. Schwalbach, who super chatted our Streamlab donation of $10 and says, Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers brings out the animals in Mike.
What? I'm trying to think of what we talked about with Mike last night that could have possibly triggered that.
I don't know, but J.H. Schwalbach, that is a very regardless, that is a very kind super chat, Streamlabs donation, and thank you. I guess I will definitely forward that to Mike.
Screenshot it and send it to him.
But in any case, so there's 2 videos that I kind of wanted to go over, but we'll only do one. Do you want to do the Trevor one or the Tate one?
Let's do the Tate one, because the Trevor one I could rant about for literally, well, I don't know. Yeah, let's do this one. I'll rant about this one, but on a short notice. And if Rebecca is still watching, I don't know if she is or not, but if she's still watching, this may be a discussion in the future as well.
Maybe. I didn't watch it, so I have no clue what this is about.
Oh, okay.
So literally going in hard and fast.
My girlfriend hates Andrew Tate, so I'm redecorating her bedroom. First, I put 100 pictures of him on the wall. Then I put on the new bed sheets and the pillowcases. Time to put down the rug.
I'm going to turn the music off. It's really off-putting. Sorry.
It is. It's loud.
Wow. Welcome home, Andrew. After 4 hours, it was finally finished. I think she might break up with me. I sold my car to make this video. Oh, stay tuned for her reaction.
Listen, and there's no note, I can't tell his profile, so I couldn't obviously find out their reaction unless somebody posted in the comments. I didn't go look. But if this is real, let's take this at face value and pretend it's real. We're going to go with it's real. First of all, I hope she does break up with you, because you're a douche.
That is a douche move. If I didn't like a human being and my husband or boyfriend decided to put all his paraphernalia all around the room, excuse me.
It's so cringy. I know Duke is not a big fan of horror movies. So I will ask him, hey, are you okay with watching this with me? And he'll either tell me yes or no. He was okay coming to Saw with me, but he may not want to watch the Exorcist movie with me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go and hang posters of the Exorcist all over his bedroom.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
even if this was my favorite celebrity, Ryan Reynolds, love him. If Mark did that, I would think this was 13,
cringe. Golly.
Okay, we are not necessarily Tate haters. I'm just saying, in context of this relationship, I don't agree with a lot of things that he does. Let's just say I hate is a very strong word. I don't know him well enough to say I hate him. But the alleged stuff makes me nervous.
No, not even the alleged stuff. I can't. He gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I'm not a big fan of his. He's going to do what he's going to do. It's fine. But anyway, the point of this whole thing is if this is real, although to be fair, now that I'm looking at the bedroom, just the way it's laid out doesn't really look like a girl's room, but
this is definitely a man's room.
Yeah. So he's doing it for the clout and to make people mad, and it's working. But still, let's pretend it's real. You are a jerk and you deserve to be single for the rest of your life.
Yeah. If you are going to sell your car and buy all this just to
make your girlfriend break up, no.
You can break up with them if you want the girl to break up with you. There are easier ways to do it than spend the money that you sold your car with.
Right? Dang.
Mm-hmm,
I don't understand. I don't know. I saw this and I was like, what in the world? And of course the comment, well, not these particular comments on this, because it's a bunch of spam links or whatever. But people were like, oh, he can't escape Top G. Top G lives rent-free in his head and he's obsessed to blah, blah. Now that very, very may well be. You may be a huge fan.
Honestly, yeah. Hey, if you think he's a Top G and you want to, roll your life after him, that's you. I'm not gonna judge that, you know, you decide how you want to spend your money, and sometimes it's for his benefit, and I say his meaning Tate's instead of your benefit.
Yeah.
Because
This is
talk about courses, as we were just talking about with Rebecca. You know, he has made a living off of these type of things.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah. So moral of the
literally
story
costs
here.
$0 to break up with a girl.
This is what I'm thinking now that I'm watching this again. But listen, we'll pretend it's real. Gentlemen, don't do this.
Don't
Please
ever do this to a girl. That's
Don't.
rude. It's rude. It's absolutely rude.
It's really rude.
Yeah. Like, even if she pisses you off, this is the worst type of revenge that you could ever do, because she is going to be so fueled and so mad at you, she will never want to be with you ever again.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what you want, but there are easier ways to do it than this.
Yeah, and
4 hours?
It costs $0, like D-Day Direwolf said, to break up with a girl. Like, it's a lot of effort. For why? And for why? Nobody knows. Like, for you to be a petty bee, don't do this.
I will say, I think the most expensive. What do you think is the most expensive thing in this room? The blanket or the duvet cover.
Ooh, probably the blanket. I would say probably the blanket. Maybe the rug is probably a close second. Although, how much ink did he have to go through? Because I think ink has gone up.
No, you have to go to a professional to get that printed.
Oh yeah, like
never,
never
do that
wasn't
yourself.
that expensive though. Although I don't know what the prices are now. But I would say the blanket's probably the most expensive. Maybe the rug.
D-Day facts. She breaks up with him. He has no car and money lost on crap no one will probably buy. Huge L.
Yeah, dudes posting L's.
that should be an account. If this is, if it was ever. No, this was humans no context.
Oh well,
I love the replies. Oh,
they make no sense. I don't understand.
When the boss is coming, you need to pretend you're doing something. Wow.
That's me on a daily basis, to be honest.
That was interesting. Okay, let's bring up this then. Trevor Bauer, which I didn't really know what was happening. So this is a baseball player.
I had honestly forgotten, because I remember when it happened. Like the accusations came out, and it was kind of like, okay, whatever. And then he got cut. The Major League Baseball cut him and like said bye and all this. And I remember like vaguely I remember what happened, but then I didn't hear anything, so I completely forgot about it until today. And I was like, until you sent me this, and I was like, holy girl,
because this video has been making the rounds. So yeah. For those that know, well, I don't know who he is, but that from what I've watched, it sucks. It sucks for him, and this is why I hate that people have taken advantage of the #MeToo movement, because this type of BS is why women aren't being believed. And I think, like, especially now that we're seeing things like, I don't want to necessarily put Russell Brand on blast, but we hear these stories and we already immediately go, I don't believe the woman. I want to wait for the evidence.
Yep.
And the point of Me Too is not that.
No, this is
anyways,
so wild. The caption. So for those of you guys don't know who he is, he was a pitcher for the Dodgers, I believe, Los Angeles Dodgers in 2022. A girl came forward, said that he raped her, choked her out. I mean, just beat her up and all of this stuff. It was awful. And so the Major League Baseball put him on suspension for a few months, and then they ultimately ended up letting him go, despite yes, Turkey's got it. Yeah. Despite not having any evidence, even the prosecutors were like, we can't, kind of like Armie Hammer, like, we can't find anything, like, we have no case, kind of thing. And so, but the Major League Baseball and the Dodgers let him go and basically fired him, and he's lost everything. So now we're 2 years later, and he drops this bombshell last night, and wait until
it's crazy. Now, Andrew brings up a point, which I think that we have to not necessarily like ignore, but kind of acknowledge, because women will lie. Men will lie too. And people are going to support them anyways. People are going to simp, and hoes are going to help other hoes grift. It's going to happen. People will take advantage. Think of like technology. We make technology for not a nefarious reason. People take technology and use it for nefarious reasons. It's the same thing with the Me Too movement. I truly say I wish that first wave feminism was still a thing. It is not. And I want to say I'm a feminist and want that equality between people, but it is not that today. You know? So it's just really sad that Me Too can't stand for what it originally did.
Yeah.
So anyways. Let's go.
Next victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. A text Lindsay Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. What should I steal? She asked another, in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money. So how might that work? I'm going to his house Wednesday, she said. I already have my hooks in. You know how I roll. Then, after the first time we met, net worth is 51 mil, she said.
I will say this. Dude, you're doing good. Congrats to you. Congrats to you.
I love these. The fact that she's just so open in these text messages. So we're gonna talk about we'll watch the video, and I found out some more information from the comments from his replies and stuff about all this later.
Okay.
Anyway, continue.
Okay. Anyways, let's go.
Bitch, you better secure the bag, was the response. But how is she gonna do that? Need daddy to choke me out, she said. Being an absolute whore to try to get in on his 51 million, read another text. Then, after the second time we met, former Padres pitcher Jacob Nix told her, you got to get this bag. I'll give you 50,000, Lindsay replied. Her AA sponsor asked her at one point, do you feel a tiny bit guilty? Not really, she replied. Since then, her legal team has approached me multiple times about coming to a financial settlement. But as I have done since day one, I refuse to pay her even a single cent. In August of 2021, Lindsay Hill's claims were heard in court. And during those legal proceedings, critical information was deliberately and unlawfully concealed from me and my legal team. Information like this video, which was taken by Lindsay Hill herself the morning after she claimed she was brutally attacked, emotionally traumatized, and desperate to get away from me. And now we have the metadata, so there can be no dispute. It was taken mere minutes before she left my house on the morning of May 16th, 2021, without my knowledge or consent, of course. In it, you can see her lying in bed next to me while I'm sleeping, smirking at the camera without a care in the world, or any marks on her face. I think it paints a pretty clear picture of what actually happened the evening of May 15th and why the video was originally concealed from us. Yeah. After hearing...
I honestly, that video was more than enough for me to say that this girl is a POS.
Yeah. I mean, that video, for those of you who can't hear it or have it on mute, he's basically, the video that she took was taken the morning after their little
alleged fight.
Well, their little night of fun, but it also was taken, with the morning that she accused him of beating her so badly that her skull was cracked. Clearly, you can see that's not the case. So this girl is a nut job. She was also on Alex Stein's show last night. And, oh gosh, her name escapes me now. But if you go to Alex's Twitter, you can see the clip. She was just outed by Sarah something. Yeah, Sarah something, who had to just open up to the entire world on social media because Harry Sisson leaked her closed court documents from her husband, her ex-husband, who was a terrible, awful, evil person, but we won't go there. Anyway, so she was on Alex Stein's show, and this Sarah girl, who is a real victim, was asking her questions, and the blonde in this video, Lindsay, his accuser, was just very nonchalant. She didn't give you could tell. She didn't care. The other thing I found out in reading his comments to this post was the prosecution, so her attorneys had that video and those text messages the entire time and never gave them to the defense, his lawyers, which is what you're legally supposed to do. They had him for years. And I don't know, and I didn't quite get the whole story on how they were able to finally get them. I think he had to get a subpoena or something and be like, you need to bring me everything you have because I know you're lying. And that's where we're at now. And that's why he's able to come out now, is because from what I can tell, things have been settled for the most part. No money has been given, but he's allowed to talk about it now. So the fact that the defense attorney, or her defense attorney, her attorney had these documents and knew that he had a losing case and still didn't turn him over, even though they take these oaths and they're supposed to do what they're supposed to do, is just
slimy
to me. It's slimy and sickening. Like, it's anyway.
Yeah.
Can't trust anybody.
Yeah. And that's the crazy part is, like, I feel like in court, you're supposed to do all this. Like, sure, there's ways to kind of play the system, as we've seen on Suits, in order to bury people in evidence, et cetera, et cetera. But actually withholding, that is more nefarious than anything you could do in the legal system. So, yeah. And she did, like, look at that face. Like,
and that's the face of it. And we've seen girls post like celebrities being in bed with celebrities before, and like the selfies, and usually you get the, like, oh my God, I just hooked up with, Travis Kelce or
yeah.
With this girl, is this video, I would not be surprised if it comes out that this little selfie video she took was sent to the friend that she was talking to earlier in the messages, where it was like, I'm gonna
bag him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bag him.
That's exactly where that video went.
Yeah, like this is disgusting, and that's why, like, someone mentioned in the chat earlier, the red pill is going to eat this all up. And you know what? It is fuel to the fire. People are not going to trust women more because of examples like this. And it's actually really sad. I don't think that, like, we should be, as a gender, persecuted for one person's actions, or we'll say 1%'s actions. I have no idea the actual statistics. Yeah. Not every woman's going to, take advantage of you. There's going to be some, of course, but not all. Yeah.
The video was originally concealed from us. Yeah. After hearing the evidence available to her, Judge Diana Gold-Saltman found that Lindsay Hill had misled the court. She found her claims to be materially misleading. She denied her request for a domestic violence restraining order, and she found that no sexual assault or non-consensual conduct took place. Now, some of you might not know about restraining order hearings. I know I didn't, but I've since learned that it's extremely rare for a request for a restraining order to be denied, because the standard of proof that you need to obtain one is extremely low. So you can make of that what you will. The fact is,
and yet again, another law that probably needs to be reformed depending on the evidence.
Yeah, I mean, I get that's kind of one of those weird gray areas, because you want to take restraining orders seriously, but the fact that it's really hard to get them denied because you have no proof or whatever, like what he's saying is ridiculous too, because that goes on his record. If she had been granted that restraining order, that would be on his record, whether he gets arrested in the future or not. But every time they run him, if he were to get pulled over for a speeding ticket, it would be
it's going to be there for life. His rap sheet.
Yeah, rap sheet, that's the word, rap sheet. That's what I was looking for.
Jarian, thank you for the $9.99. Says with more discipline and higher standards, men can avoid these situations. The story is awful and there are no repercussions for her. Sadly, there are many women like her. And that's the thing, is that a lot of this behavior, if there's no negative repercussion after performing said behavior, then they won't repeat it. But because there isn't, she's going to just say, well, I didn't get in trouble. I can just keep doing this. And like freaking men like him. And he seems like a nice young gentleman from what I've seen in the video. Of course, he's hurt, but I think that he's not being super malicious. And I think that can be a really good characteristic. Like, of course, he's not very happy, but he's not being like that freaking beesh. Yeah. All these words, blah, 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 blah.
And he said, I think he says this a little bit later in this video. The rest of this is mostly legal jumbo, but he talks about how he's never paid her, which is true. He's never paid her a dime. He's sued her. That. He's never gotten money from her. Her insurance company, for whatever reason, I don't understand that, but her insurance paid her $300,000. I don't know why. I have no
How she
idea.
has insurance for what?
No idea. All it says is that her insurance paid her out. So I don't know what that means. I have no clue. It doesn't say. If somebody has the specifics on that, let me know. I have no clue. But he only did it to clear his name. He flat out tells us in this video, like, I don't want any money. I didn't sue her for money. I sued her to clear my name, because by suing her, he was able to get all of this text messages, the videos, etc., and to be like, F y'all. Like, I never did any of this, kiss my butt, kind of thing. And also drag her through the mud in a way. And I hope she,
Like,
I don't know what I hope she does. But
his life, I don't know how old he is, but his life was
32.
literally derailed for a hookup. So men, if this is a learning lesson for you, don't get in
Don't
bed
hook
with
up.
any girl. Okay,
Be
even if you're a
careful who
high
you get
value
in bed
man,
with.
okay, as the red pill like to say, high value
Mhm.
man. You have your pick of the ladies. Don't be a hoe like the girls. Don't be a hoe like a girl.
Be careful. Yeah.
Careful who you go to bed with, because guess what? The thing that I always say, if I'm going to hook up with a guy, think of him as a possible father to your child.
Mhm.
And that's why I don't hook up. Like, really, like, I didn't hook up because of that, because that really scared me, because like, oh, I'm going to go to a bar or club and then have sex with a man and possibly could have a baby from that.
Mm.
That is freaky. So look at him. He went to wherever, met this girl, hooked up with her, and then derailed his career.
Yeah. It's scary. These hoes be trifling. They be trifling. They are trifling.
Yeah. Like, we really shouldn't promote hookup culture because of stuff like this. And he could be someone who's a bit of a bro and likes to rack the numbers up. Who freaking knows? It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
No one deserves this type of derailment of your life. He worked hard to be in his career, and maybe it should have been a career ending thing if it dealt with his actual job, not a hookup.
Mhm.
So yeah, bros before hoes. I think we should actually live that line. Really. So
I'm just glad
anyways,
that he didn't get justice, but at least he got justice in the sense that he's able to literally show people, like, this is me clearing my name, and you take this hoe over here and you go away with her. Away with her.
I
Away.
think he got moral justice for
Moral
what happened to
justice, yeah.
him.
Not legal
So
justice.
it wasn't financial, because he probably sunk more money into, the legal fees, of course. And he lost a lot of money with his contracts being taken away from him. And it just sucks. I'm not saying the moral story is stay away from women. I'm just saying don't hook up with them immediately so that you end up having this situation. You can actually go out and have a good time in public with the other gender on a date. And so if anything were to transpire, there is video evidence about what happened.
Mhm. And also, a warning to people who are going to be shady: stop videotaping yourself being shady, you dum-dums.
Yep.
Big on,
Yep.
wench. Big on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like,
Big on.
that video bit her in the butt
Yeah, it
more than it helped her.
Well, we just saw some meatball, I guess is the name of this person's, not her real name, but she just got arrested because she was live streaming looting Philly or whatever city it was, broke into a Lululemon, stole a bunch of stuff, and was like live streaming the whole thing. Got arrested on the live stream and is trying to play the victim. It's like, lady, you streamed yourself doing this and taunting the cops on the live stream. It was like, come get me. You can't come get me. Come get me. Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Stop filming yourselves doing stupid shit. You were not jackass.
Yeah.
Oh my
And I
God.
mean, Grant, you bring up a point here. You're wrong. If you're seen with them, they can just claim it won't be in view of the videotapes the whole time. I don't know what to do in that sense for personal safety. But if you live a life like that and you can't be vulnerable to date, I don't know. That's something that you have to be okay with yourself in that sense. If you're always scared of being Me Too'd, then I mean, that's up to you. If that's a personal choice, and I wouldn't want to try to convince you otherwise, because that's what you're comfortable with. Is there much left to this video, or did you kind of reiterate what
That's pretty
was
much
said?
it. He just goes in through the legality of it all, and is like, and I can talk about this now because I settled the litigation and all that stuff. And he's like, but I want to make clear that like I did not pay her and I didn't get any money from her. So
I think that he got what I feel like he got what he needed with this video. And I mean, like, I'm just looking at this video and just this post from him, 70 million people have watched this or seen a portion of this. And, I think that if you really do want a relationship, sometimes you do have to be vulnerable. And I do understand that this legal system that is out there today, there are people who do take advantage of it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And, what is your goal? Do you want to make sure you're safe and your assets are safe? Do you want to share a life with someone? You'll have to figure out what you want in your life. And I mean, yeah, everything is a risk and you have to try mitigating it through. I personally, like, we've talked about this. I love the coffee date. Togs doesn't like the coffee date. I like it for safety. 1 hour at most. I'm safe. I can leave, go in a cab, not be found the next day, by this person if I don't like them, or extend it for a lunch date. All things optional. So you just got to do what you have to do. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
Okay. We have a super chat here. Tricky for $5, except it's not going to be on the news like it was when she ruined his career. I think that's fair. Like his video, are we talking about?
Yeah, well, yeah, and even if you look her up, Lindsay Hill, like the first article that pops up is from hold on, let me see if I can. I just was Googling her because I wanted to. Somebody said something about the 300 grand, and I was like, what the heck? Sports Kita, which is probably some drama, like a tabloid anyway. I've never heard of it before, but the first article, when you search her name, the accuser is, who is Lindsay Hill? All we know about the woman who, and then it cuts off. But I'm like, that's not the kind of article that you should be seeing when you Google this name. When you Google this name, it should be Lindsay Hill proved to be a moron. You know what I mean? But this first article says, who is she? This second article says, Trevor Bauer accuser discusses viral Morgan Wallen concert video. Like, what? Who cares? She's a liar and a fraud and a B word. No. Yeah, and ESPN hasn't covered it either. Yeah, exactly.
That is really sad. Thank you, Tricky, for the $5, by the way. It makes me really sad for people that there's a lot of treatment like this. And I mean, here Andrew puts it really point blank here. This is why some guys go MGTOW. It mitigates risk of Me Too.
Yep.
And especially if you're someone who actually wants a partnership somewhere, and because it's riskier to put yourself to be vulnerable in that situation, and as we saw, take his livelihood away, his reputation away, and even after this video has come out, I mean, it's only been like a day or so, but not enough publications have come out to bring his name back to where it was before. It really sucks.
And they won't because they were wrong. So
no one likes to have accountability, as we've talked about.
Yeah. Oh, look, we've come full circle with the Rebecca.
Yeah, really, it sucks, because I think that's something I don't necessarily know when you kind of found out, Tugs, and I think it's kind of been throughout our friendship about maybe accountability and acceptance to your feelings, thoughts, and ideas, that it's okay to feel that and, bring forth and accept whatever you need to. But like when I found that part for me, it was totally liberating. And I don't know if you felt that way.
Yeah, it is. It's also still hard because it's a little bit newer for me in general, I think, because taking accountability out loud are two completely different things. And so like when you
Yep.
mess up and you're wrong, like when Duke and I have discussions and I'm being a butthead and I admit that I'm a butthead, like that can be wrong. It can be a little hard to do, which is why people don't do it. So, but you learn and you grow and eventually you just
It's
suck
part of
it up
life.
and
It's part of life for sure.
Yeah.
So I want people, like, if you want to date, I hope that this is not, you have to kind of defensively date. I
Mm.
don't want to think. It's like when you're driving, you defensively drive by looking at all your blind spots to make sure a car doesn't come out of nowhere. But you got to make sure you take the precautions, because I want everyone to be happy, whether it's single, in a couple, and eventually get there. So, yeah. That's why I'm vocal with my husband when I realize I'm wrong, that acceptance is good for both parties. D-Day. Same wavelength, like driving. AKA the coffee dates. I know a lot of women don't like coffee dates, but I personally approve of the coffee date until it's more serious. So anyways, I guess we'll end the episode here. Anything you want to promote, Tugs?
Actually, I do have something. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. I'm gonna be on Rogue Attractions. I completely forgot about it until he reminded me this morning, and I was like, "Oh gosh, yes." I'm gonna be on Rogue Disney / Rogue Attractions. Oops, I meant to post that from my. Oh well, it does matter. 90s stream tomorrow, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're talking Brendan Fraser. So I will be on that stream tomorrow on Rogue Disney's channel. Yeah, excited. So we're gonna be talking about that, and I'm gonna try and convince him to do another boy band stream so that I can be a part of that one too at some point.
I mean, they're making the rounds right now.
I know. So I will be there. So the link is in the chat. Please come and join us if you would like. We're gonna be talking 90s and Brendan Fraser, and then as usual, find me on Twitchies and Instagrammies, and yeah, that's all I really have. I'm Simcast on Sunday too.
Ooh, fun.
Rogue Disney tomorrow, or Rogue Attractions channel tomorrow. And
Simcast at the same time?
What?
We're gonna be on the Simcast at the same time.
Wait, this Sunday?
It's the first.
Yay! Finally.
We've
been trying. Yeah, the whatever it is, the 6th. Wait, hold on before I make myself look like
the 8th.
Or yeah, the 8th. Yeah. That's it. Yep.
Awesome sauce. Next week we have Kelly Jones coming back on Tuesday to talk more Dadcast stuff. So that's exciting. Oh, really love Kelly and his fun little stories. So yeah. Also, we do have Leanne Starr coming on Wednesday as well. She will be here this time. She made sure. Okay, she made sure. But even if, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of things to talk about regardless. Please follow Rebecca. All her Instagrams are in the description below, as well as her main channel. I'm sure she'll make an announcement whenever her other channel is more full functional, because I honestly, this conversation with her was absolutely fantastic. I feel like if you didn't feel inspired by the passion that she had talking about these alternate sources of income,
I feel bad if
I don't know.
Gotten on that topic earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. So follow her, and we will definitely have her back. And I'm going to Nina's channel after I do a bathroom break and some food. So find me over there for, I forgot which show it was.
Right now?
But anyways, Nina Infinity.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She asked last minute. So I think
you're gonna need coffee.
More wine. So thank you, chat. Thank you, guys, for being awesome and kind to our guest. And we will see you guys next week with Kelly and Leanne.
Yes. Have a good night.
Bye.